And we're live. Welcome everybody to the Sports Doctor is in. I'm
Voila.
Larry Abels. At the bottom of our screen is Robert, Bobby Kinzer, and at the top left is a Sports Doctor himself, Earl Go-Go Rush. How's it going, fellas?
Absolutely marvelous.
Going great.
If I was any better, I'd be in heaven.
All right.
Hey, and before we go to the show, Larry, I know you running the show today.
You're running the show. Just take over from here.
Bob don't like that.
I love it.
Let me ask you this before we go any further on the show. And maybe Larry can tell me, I don't know how much of pro football Robert follows it. Can anyone tell me why does anyone care what the heck Aaron Rodgers is doing?
Yeah. Who? Oh, Aaron Rodgers.
Why does anyone care what he's doing or who's going to do? Why? He's done. Can you tell me why, Bobby? Or Larry?
I try not to be racist, bring racism, because he's white. That's the best way I can explain it.
There's a couple of teams that need a quarterback, and he's probably the best free agent quarterback out there.
That's ridiculous, Larry. That is a ridiculous statement.
Okay, tell me one free agent quarterback that's better than him.
No, I got your point, but
no. Tell me what's ridiculous about it.
Because he is over the hill. He is washed up. He's not no leading quarterback.
So let me go back again. He's the best free agent quarterback out there.
That don't mean nothing, Larry. I'm sorry, you get no.
No, that's why people can't. That's the answer to Earl's question.
No, he's white. Bullshit. If it's anybody else,
there's other white quarterbacks out there that he's the best free agent quarterback out there.
No.
Who's better than him?
I don't know who else is out there. Is my man what's his name?
Tell us.
No. Just because he's the best out there doesn't mean he's
wait.
good for
if he's the best out there, then that means they don't really have any quarterbacks out there.
That's my point, Earl.
So look at the whole statement. There's a couple of teams that need quarterback, and he's the best one that's out there.
That's sad. That's what that means.
Be that as it may, that answers Earl's question. There are no other options out there.
Yeah, that's how sad it is. It's defaulted to his sorry old behind.
All I'm saying is you talking about my response is ridiculous, and you can't seem to come with your response is ridiculous. You can't even stand by what you're saying.
That's not my point. You're missing my point totally.
Because you have no point.
Oh. Okay.
You couldn't name anybody better than him.
Okay, Donald Trump. No, but that's not the issue.
You're the Donald Trump.
Here's my point, Larry. Here's my point, and I'll end it here.
Go ahead.
You are making a correct statement, but it's a sad statement when he is the best choice, and I don't think he's going to be good for anybody, even though just because you're saying he's the best out there right now, free agent, that don't mean a hill of beans to me. He still got to come in and perform, and I don't think he can. He's old and washed up. That's my point.
Okay. My point is you said my statement was ridiculous. I didn't say anything about how he would perform. I just said it's a couple of teams.
You just make remarks and just leave them out.
No, I said it's a couple of teams that need quarterbacks. He asked why would people care about him. I said it's a couple of teams that need quarterbacks, and he's an option. If it was other options, I think they would probably take them.
But I like to give you more credit for being more cerebral than that. Yes, that statement. But when you go a little bit deeper into understanding what he is as a player, if you're at the level of person that I thought you were.
Well, no. You tell me if you need a quarterback and there's no other quarterbacks out there, what are you going to do?
Work with what I have other than that old ass washed up dude.
Well, if you think some teams are doing that. Some teams are doing that.
That's my point. So just
it's a couple of teams like Pittsburgh that has no quarterback. Okay, that's the problem.
You look at this way, I guess I'd rather have Aaron Rodgers than Mason Rudolph.
Yeah,
but it just seems like people in the media and a couple of other teams care about what he's doing. I don't understand. Okay, maybe I could understand the Vikings. They got great offensive line. They got receivers. Aaron didn't play. He wasn't disgusting, he wasn't playing like we thought he was. But if he goes to a team that he can help, I can understand Minnesota. I can understand Pittsburgh because they now have 2 receivers. But I can't, not for the life of me, understand what would the Giants do with him?
Well, you see, the Giants moved on. The Giants moved on.
They're smart.
All right.
Hey, Earl, since you're on, can I address another issue on football since you started off with football? You want to move on?
You can be the moderator. Go ahead.
No.
Earl, the moderator, he started off with NFL. So I just want to ask you a question.
I started off with whatever I want to start off with. Just go ahead and say what you want to say.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for your approval. Since we're talking about ridiculous type of issues, like Aaron Rodgers really want to make a good effect to some team, which I think is a
no one said that. No one said that.
No, I said that.
No one said he would have a good effect.
No, I'm saying that.
Okay.
I'm saying that. So can I continue, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Uninterrupted? Thank you very much.
Perhaps.
Thank you. So just like that's like a non-issue, what's up with this? They voting, the NFL, voting on the tush push. I mean, do you have any comments on that?
Haters. They can't stop it.
Right. It's only a couple of teams that really do it well. So why are you going to make that? I don't get it.
Those 2 teams have advantages over the rest of the league.
Right. Just 2 teams.
You got to realize, Bobby. You got to realize these owners are people too. They're people too. Don't nobody want nobody to have the same advantages as they have. If they can't stop it, they gotta cut that out.
I think it's a waste of time.
Well, they need to have they gotta have, I want to say 24 out of 32 teams, I guess 3/4 majority change it. Correct. And it's split down the middle now.
I don't even know why it's
crazy.
It's crazy.
They can't stop it.
Right.
So they tabled it until next month, I guess.
And they try to say,
which makes me think the league wants to change it.
That's what it seems like, the league. And they tried to then couch it by saying, players can get injured. Now, not one player I know.
That's crap.
That's
crap. The NFL is.
Yeah, I just think it's bizarre to even, deal with that as an issue. But what do you think is driving it? Do you think, 2 teams?
I told you.
What's up, Kung Fu?
What's up, Kung Fu?
What's up, fellas? What's up, Kung Fu? How you doing, brother?
Yeah. So is it even an issue, Larry?
At one time it was illegal to push people, and they decided to, take the rule away. So I don't know why all of a sudden, they want to stop it. Got me. I could care less one way or the other, but I don't see why it's that big a deal.
It just tells you how ridiculous they are. What is the difference between a tush push and a quarterback sneak? It's not.
Yeah.
Okay. We just started, but we don't want to spend no time on some stupid stuff. Let's move on because that's stupid.
It's a current issue.
I didn't say it wasn't, Bob. I just said it was stupid. That's all.
I thought you were trying to call me stupid on the slide.
Well, I would call. I have a problem. Let's go back to sports. Let's not be bickering. Because I would call you stupid anytime I thought you were stupid. But I usually don't call people stupid because that's stupid. Call people stupid.
Hey.
Anyway. So one more thing before we get to the meat of what we talk about. We really want to talk about the NCAA tournaments, the guys in the women's tournament. But before we go into that, the meat and potatoes, we'll talk about another thing. The Yankees have a new bat some of their players are using, and they just hit the ball out of the ballpark. Right. Do you think, my question to you and Larry is, do you think the league will try to copycat what the Yankees did with those bats that they have? Or do you think they'll try to outlaw that? Because they hit like 15.
They hit 15 over the weekend.
They hit 15 points in 3 days.
Yeah. Well, one game they had about like eight or 9.
Shoot.
And they
hit 3 in a row.
They say the bat is not doing anything that's making it against the rules. They make the fat thicker by the hands when the ball guy hits the ball instead of on the barrel of the bat.
You still got to be able to swing that bat and hit that ball. I don't care.
Well, let's do what Larry has tried to set the pace on doing today. Just answer the question, Larry.
Oh, I think, well, number one, the bat's not illegal. The Major League Baseball looked into it, and it fits the specifications. So what's going to happen is other teams are going to start ordering a bat. But there's one player on the Yankees that hasn't gotten it and changed the bat. Guess who that is? Aaron Judge. And he's hit the most home runs. So the bat is within league specifications. So I look for other teams to do it. They use analytics. They got the jump on everybody else. I expect other teams to do it.
Okay.
And go ahead.
That's good. So, Bob, what do you think?
I'm all for it because it adds to excitement. If it's more home runs, that's great, spectacular. That's one of the biggest excitements in the game. And it's not all that a major change. You still got to put that bat on that ball. It's still hard hitting 100 mile an hour. I don't care. They make it even bigger. I think it'd be great for the game. I think more teams are going to purchase it.
Okay, that's the answer. Okay, thanks, Bob. All right. So, Bobby Kinsler, in your opinion, well, I guess I'm talking to you, so I guess it would be your opinion. That was a dumb question.
No, not if I took Larry's point of view.
Who is the most talented lady in college basketball?
Oh, clearly, no.
I'm not saying the best. I'm saying it's the most talented. Is the most talented the same as the best? Is that the same?
That's what I assumed. That maybe I made the wrong.
Well, let's say who's the best? Who's the
the girl for Connecticut. I think it's hands down.
Wow. Larry, who do you think?
Well, I agree with Bobby with left in the tournament. I would say overall the season, I think Watkins is right there with her. But left in the tournament, I got to go with Paige Buckers too.
Okay. So, Bob, did you get a chance to see any of the games this weekend? I know Larry did. Did you get a chance to see the games?
Yes, I did actually. Like you we talked about the women's.
Okay.
Game, right?
Let's start with the women today.
Yeah, Earl, because I've become more interested in the game because, like I said,
they play better. That's why.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm more interested. They play better. They're stronger. They're shooting the three. The step back effortlessly.
Stronger in what way, Bob? I'm just curious.
The way they shooting 3-pointers. They seem like they're stronger because they're shooting that shot really more consistently, hitting it. That's what I mean actually about strong. I think they're expanded their range of shooting because I didn't think they used to can shoot that far out as good. But I think it is attributed to them being stronger players. And I like that. And I like the way they be running plays. And I like how they shoot mid-range shots, which seems like the men don't anymore. It's either 3-pointers and dunks.
Okay.
That's what I like.
That's cool. Let's get to the games. All right. We got 4 teams left. Three of the teams are number one teams for the ladies, right? The only one that wasn't number one is USC because they were number one, but they lost, right, to Connecticut.
Right.
But the other three teams are number one seeds, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
And all the number one seeds are for the men, right?
Yes.
Thank you. They are more fundamentally sound than the men. Yes, they are kung fu. You are. So I told Larry, you do know something. You be saying a lot of wild stuff kung fu, but I respect what you know.
Can I ask a quick question?
I was going to make that same comment after Bobby was saying. I think that's what Bobby was kind of getting to is how fundamentally sound they are. They got a pure game when they play basketball.
I think Bobby knows basketball, so I can't say anything to him about that. He knows more than what I know, and he can play. But hey, monkey paw.
Hey, is kung fu Chinese?
No.
Oh.
But he's a martial art person. So don't mess with him. See him
Okay.
will whoop on your tail.
No, he won't, because I'm martial arts too. I'm brown belt in jiu-jitsu.
That don't mean you big martial arts and kung fu.
Well, I think
let's move on. I don't think all our viewers are concerned about who's better martial arts than you or kung fu. So let's go back to the sport.
I think people should be, because martial arts is a great sport, by the way.
Okay, we'll talk about that on the next show. All right.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. So, who is your pick, Robert, to win it all?
Ooh, man, that's I was trying to think on that one, Earl, and I think I'm going to pick. No, okay, my heart wants South Carolina. Watching the games, that big girl at UCLA is a beast. But I think I'm gonna go with Connecticut. My heart's for Carolina, but they struggled against.
Does Texas play South Carolina in the?
Yes.
Texas plays.
But TCU was the TCU. Yeah, was the TCU gave South Carolina? Yeah, they gave them a run for the money.
You mean TCU played Texas?
It was Texas. No, TCU didn't play Texas.
Yes, they did.
TCU did play Texas. I'm so sorry. What was I thinking about? TCU? No, wait a minute. Let me get this game.
Well, Bob, you was thinking.
No, I'm sorry. It was Duke. It was Duke. Duke gave South Carolina a scare. I'm sorry. That's who it was.
I'll tell you who gave them the game was Maryland.
And Maryland, yeah, Maryland too.
Wait a minute.
Wing Chun and a VA Golden Glove champ. Oh man, all right, Kung Fu. Oh, woosah. Come on, somebody come.
Okay.
You don't know nothing about that, Earl, so just to keep it moving. That's martial artists.
Didn't claim to know anything about it. I'm trying to do a sports show here. I'm not trying to be a
Jimmy Kessler.
Hey man, Kung Fu is a sport. Martial arts is a sport too. Okay, it's not just self-defense. You might learn a little bit of something.
You're absolutely right. Actually, you're absolutely right.
Thank you.
But our viewers don't do Kung Fu, simple Kung Fu, and you.
I'm glad you checked yourself. That makes two. Thank you. I'm glad you checked that. Thank you. Way to go, Kung Fu. I'm talking about, hey, man, hey.
All right. Okay. So, South Carolina plays. Who are they
playing? Texas.
Who are you looking at game, Larry? You got so much stuff going on. We're gonna miss it.
I'm going with South Carolina in that game. This will be the fourth time they played. Because they split during the regular season.
Hey Randy, how you doing?
How you doing, Randy?
What's up, Randy? Randy Page.
They split during the regular season, and then South Carolina beat Texas in the championship. And I always hear this rule that you can't beat a team 3 times in 1 year, but I think South Carolina is going to beat them.
Whoever made that rule is just stupid. I don't even know where that rule came from.
If you beat them twice, you can usually do the third time. It's the team that's lost in those games that can't do it 3 times.
Yeah. Okay. So, Bobby, who do you like in that game? South Carolina versus Texas.
I'm a Don Staley fan. Yep, I take South Carolina.
And who do you take? Connecticut and
UCLA. I'm taking. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one, but I'm going with Connecticut.
Yeah, all y'all everybody jumping on Connecticut. I know Becca's out of control. I'm telling you, that girl at UCLA is a big girl. I'm picking UCLA over Connecticut. I'm telling you, she's a big girl, and her team knows she's a big girl, and they know how to get the ball to her, and they know they need to get the ball to her. I love it.
All y'all taking Connecticut. You didn't ask me about that game.
My bad. All right, who do you like in that game?
I'm taking Connecticut. You know what? If Connecticut
file the big girl out, Larry.
No, if Connecticut wins this game, they will have taken out 3 number 1 seeds. Granted, USC had a player hurt, but they would have, and I'm assuming that South Carolina beats Texas, but that would be pretty dramatic for them to get there.
Yeah, it is drama, but
who do you have?
Well, I think it's going to be some drama because I think UCLA is very good, and I think South Carolina is
UCLA
very
is
good.
winning that game. I mean, this girl is huge, man.
They're going to follow out. That's going to be the strategy.
So she's a big girl,
and she goes for the blocks. They're going to take
it. She knows she's a big girl. She's not trying to be that stretch 4 or 5 stuff. I'm it. None of these people can check me. Throw the ball to me.
Right, but I'm telling you, Earl, watch the strategy. She goes for a lot of blocks. My strategy as a coach, let's go right at her and foul her big ass out.
But Bob,
are you close in this game? So why are you telling us about your strategies?
Watch,
Bob. When they played the other night, the last game they played, she got 2 fouls in the first quarter. That was the first time this year she had 2 fouls in the first quarter. Right. But you know what makes them really good is that they have to almost double her on if they dump the ball to the post.
Correct.
And their wing players can shoot. They got about 2 or 3 of them.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah,
good point. But I'm
nobody beat them this year but USC.
And I'm telling you, Larry, to me, and watch, it might be the strategy. Take it to the big girl and get her out of there. Because she definitely goes for the blocks, by the way. And that's why I should foul out, then you don't have to worry about her on offense.
She's avoided foul trouble all season, so that's,
It don't mean nothing, Larry. That don't mean nothing.
So Larry,
I don't think they take it to them, but they have to take it to them.
Connecticut and South Carolina.
Correct.
And who
that's what I like too.
Who do you like, Earl?
I like UCLA and South Carolina. Yeah, okay. You think people ain't been trying to drive the ball against her all year?
No. They didn't do it. I didn't see it.
They've been trying to do that, and she's been avoiding foul trouble until this last game.
I don't think they're doing it the way I'm thinking.
And even after she got back in the game, I don't think she got any more fouls for the rest of the game. Maybe one more.
But I don't think they would take it to her, Larry.
Well, you ain't seen over 4 games this girl plays, so you don't know who.
But I've seen them play, though, Larry. I mean, Earl, I could just speak on what I saw.
All right, the 30-something game, Bobby, you might have seen 4. You don't know what.
How many have you seen?
But I've seen 5. So you ain't never. So
you don't think that strategy will work against a big girl?
I said you don't know. You don't know who's been trying to drive the ball or not against her. That's what I said. We don't know.
All I know is, Earl, when I watched them play, that's all I can speak on. And they didn't. If I was the coach, I would have.
I just told you the girl only had. This was the first time she ever had 2 fouls the whole first half of a game.
Because people don't take it. My point is they don't take it to her, Earl. They be shooting jumpers.
How about they take it to her, but it be getting swatted? How about that? Just because they don't take it don't mean that she couldn't do it.
She can't jump worth a damn. She's as big as shit.
Bobby, the girl is 7 inches taller than everybody playing in the game right now.
Yes, and I would take it to her big ass and make her foul me every time. I'll tell my team. Take it to, because I'm telling you, when I watched it, I'm like, why are they just shooting jumpers? Take it to her big ass.
But to her credit, she doesn't seem to come down a lot. A lot of times she just stands up there and raises her hands.
That's why
like you said, Earl, she's just a big A girl. It's not like she's leaping or she's got some major athletic.
Hey, Bob.
Yes.
She don't have to be doing all that, and she's that much bigger than everybody, yo.
Earl.
You see how
they understand basketball, Earl?
When they lob the ball into her, she's catching
up. That's offense. I'm not talking about offense. That's what I'm trying to say. Defense, go at her ass offensively. I know you're right. As an offensive player, yes, she's big, but I'm trying to tell you, man, players like that, who to me, she doesn't move. I mean, she's pretty good, but I would take her to her. But I mean, that's how you counter somebody. And then you make her play on both ends of the court. That's all I'm trying to say, Earl, as a strategy. Double team her down low, and on offense, take it at her. And I'm telling you, that's a lot. That's to me, I don't see what other strategy you can have other than stay out there and shoot numbers.
If that's your strategy, that's fine. It's great to know your strategy.
I don't think you know. They used to call me Black Arback
No,
back in the day.
I think you left out a phrase.
What was
I
that?
think you should have said, "You don't think I know or I care." That's what you left out.
Very good point.
Yeah,
Because I feel the exact same way.
yeah. Anyway, so who do we have playing? Who do we have winning it all? Did we say that we have to? That's the first question we asked 6 minutes ago, right? Okay, all right. I didn't say.
No, Larry didn't say.
Whoever wins that UCLA Connecticut game will win it all.
Oh God,
What kind of out is that? Damn.
how is that?
What kind of out is
So
that? You not gonna get the
that's saying one of those teams in South Carolina, even though I like them, they're not going to beat either one of those two teams.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. But if you have to pick one, which one would you pick?
Well, I picked Connecticut to go there, so I would be saying Connecticut. But if Connecticut's not there, I still don't think South Carolina's going to win.
Oh.
That's my point.
Now, I have South Carolina winning it all. My girl gonna come off of the bench, the crucial, just like she did the other day with 23 points. Miss Full Wiley, thank you, who I've been telling you is the best player on their team, and he should have been starting all year. And that's why some of those games they barely win, because Dawn Staley, who's the best female team coach in the game, is not playing her that much.
Well, Earl, she gets a lot of minutes. I think
she's a starter, Larry. She's a starter. I don't care about
but what she is a finisher, and she's in there at the end of those games. She brings off the bench, and all of a sudden their offense takes off. I think it's a little untraditional, but she's getting her minutes.
She said she wants her to demand the start the people coming off the bench. I understand that. Hey, Phyllis, how you doing?
Hey, Phyllis.
What's up, Phyllis?
I know they want her coming off and make the bench strong, but I don't care. She's supposed to be starting. That's all I'm saying.
But they have her in there at crucial time and at the end of the game.
But I think Dawn Staley, who's been in the last four
Final Fours,
I think she would know a little bit more than what my dumb tail would know. So
that's a good statement.
Yeah. I gave you a bone.
You guys reached agreement on something today, huh?
Yeah. And I haven't even began to get on your hat, but anyway, I like it though. What is that? Kofi or some shit? What is that? What's that on your head, Bob?
You got to turn it around backwards.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, so I like South Carolina. Larry likes the winner between UCLA and
Connecticut.
And who do you pick to go all the way?
Connecticut.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that pretty much covers it for the girl. She gets motivated. She knows she is better. She is better. She may know she is better off the bench. Okay. Whatever. I think they have some kind of. I don't know what happened. If Dawn wanted her to start, she would be starting. She's been in the last 4 NCAA finals. I'm wasting time by even questioning her. Let's move on. Anything I have to discuss about the ladies before we move over to the men?
Great tournament. Great tournament. By far the best basketball that's being played right now.
Okay.
Better than the men?
Yes.
So they are playing better than the men right now.
How do you make that comment? What are you judging that
Back
comment?
to what we were talking about earlier, they're very fundamentally sound. They shoot better. They have fewer turnovers. I think the men naturally might rely on athleticism more than fundamentals. They really seem to be fundamentally sound, and all of those teams seem well coached, and the players seem fundamentally sound. Each team.
Good statement. I agree.
Okay. All right. Let's go on over to the men's Final Four. And since what year? Is 79 or 75? How long has it been since all
2008.
2008. Okay.
What?
So,
What about 2008?
4 number 1 seeds made it to the Final Four.
Oh,
Coincidentally, in San Antonio, just like they are this year.
right. Wow.
Okay.
That gives a lot of credit to the NCAA committee.
All right. Robert, who is the best player in men's college basketball in your opinion?
Ooh. There's several players, but I'll go with the young man from Florida. What is it? Walker? I always get his name mixed up.
Clayton.
Clayton. Thank you.
Yeah.
Walker Clayton or something like that.
Remember, you don't utilize me sometimes when you need to know something. Just ask the sports doctor. That's all.
Thank you.
You got all the stuff going away, Steve.
Thank you, being
If
my
I
lifeline.
don't know it, Larry know it. So ask one of us.
Thank you. Thank you for my lifeline. Yes.
Who's the best player in college basketball, Larry? I mean,
I don't know, man. I tell you the truth, it's hard for me to pick. Like Bob said, there's a lot of good players out there.
You say Clayton, Bossy Clayton. Larry doesn't know. I don't know who it is, and it's not because I'm hating either. It's just not Cooper Flagg. It's not Cooper Flagg. But I sound silly when I can't tell you who is better than him. So
Right.
I don't know. My answer is I don't know who.
So what do you think about Walter Clayton?
He's all right. Walter Clayton.
He single-handedly, Flags had that. He single-handedly made that team come back from 10 down.
I think Clayton is over.
Oh, he's the guy that was shooting the threes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I think he's overhyped, actually, if you really
But he won he saved that game. The game before that, he scored 30 something. He seemed to bail them out at the right time whenever they need the right shot.
And that makes him the best player in college basketball?
I would think so. If you win in games on your shot, what else can be the measurement?
Okay, Bobby, that doesn't make sense. That
don't make sense. They came back from 10 down on 4 of his shots in a row, and then 2 of 3-pointers, and then the game before he single-handedly brought them back. And I forgot what is he averaging? He's averaging like at least 20-something points a game, Earl, and I think that's good enough.
Okay. Well,
you know what I'm saying? I think that's good enough to consider.
I'm not going to argue with your opinion. I asked you. I have to respect what you say, and then we just move on.
Okay, thank you.
I do think Cooper Flagg has played well, as has the guard named Proctor for Duke, as well as Duke's big man, who seems like he blocks everything.
We're not talking about who's playing well there.
Well, I'm talking about guys that could be considered amongst the best. All of them, I can say, I would say they're amongst the best players that I've seen. The guy from Maryland, I think he's up there too. Even though he's no longer in the tournament, but he played as well as anybody that was in the
get out of here, Queen.
In the tournament, he had a great tournament.
You're telling me the guy for Duke, Proctor, should be in the conversation as one of the best players in I'm just asking. I'm not debating. I'm just asking.
I think. Well, I've only really been watching him closely in the tournament. He's certainly one of the best players in the tournament.
Okay.
But Duke has a good team. They got a lot of guys that can play.
Okay. All right.
The guy Bob's talking about seems like he puts that team on his back. And that's what we think about him too.
Done it every time.
Okay. I think yeah. Well, as I get older, I'm learning, Larry, that I'm learning to respect people's opinions. Just because someone's opinion doesn't agree with mine, do I have to get loud, try to embarrass them, or make fun of them and everything?
Wow.
And if you think that guy from Duke is one of the better players you've seen, then that's
what I'm saying is he's playing well. He's played well since the tournament has started.
Wow.
No, maybe I'm not answering my questions right. I'm not asking anybody who's been playing well in the tournament.
So who's the best player for the whole season?
Who is the best player in college basketball right now?
Okay. For the whole season? Yeah,
Oh, so I thought we were talking about the tournament, so I was just talking about the tournament.
Why? Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't specific with my question.
Okay.
Who is the best player in college basketball? Not who he played well with his friends, he plays well with his teammates, he's been hot this tournament. Who's the best player in college basketball? I can't get any more simple than that.
If I look at the whole year, I'm gonna go with the consensus like with Cooper Flag.
Okay. And Bobby, you got Walter.
I got Walter Clayton, hands down. Yeah.
Okay. Now, with that being said, so what do you got to think about the NCAA this year for men's anyway? You must not think so much about it if these guys you talk about as the best, are the best.
Well, I guess if I go by stats alone, when my man is averaging 18 in the, I don't know how much he's actually for the season, but he's averaging 18 for the tournament. And this is a serious, this is the NCAA tournament. To average 18 points, it's not just a given. I think he's averaging 5 rebounds and 4 assists, 2 steals, and he's hit some clutch shots. So that's what I'm measuring getting my judgment on what he's done, not just what I've heard in the news. Cooper Flag, he's been pretty awesome too, and Houston. What's the guy's name for Houston? Is it Williams? He's been playing pretty damn good too. When you what's my man's name?
So I haven't seen anybody from Houston that really shoots well consistently. They seem like they play defense great.
Yes, they do.
But some days they don't seem to score that much to me.
What's my man's name? Yeah.
So what are the Final Four live matchups?
Who's playing the next couple of games?
Yes.
I think it's Houston and in Florida.
No,
Florida and Auburn.
Florida and Auburn,
and Duke and Houston.
Okay, yeah. Who do you have winning those 2 games, Larry?
I'm gonna go with Duke and Auburn.
Who do you have winning those 2 games, Bob?
Florida and Duke.
I want to change mine too because Auburn's dude hurt his arm or something.
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about.
Yeah, Broom.
Yeah, Larry. Bobby, what do you think about Broom? Is he? Do you think he's a good player? Do you think he's overrated, or do you?
I think he's decent. I think he's a decent player. Entire defense wins championship. I think he's a decent player. Kung Fu just made a statement, that defense wins games. But I just want to remind you, Kung Fu, in basketball, I believe offense can win the game too, different than football.
He responded to a statement where I said that I haven't seen anybody from Houston consistently score, but they play good defense. And I agree, they play good defense. I'm not knocking the defense, but we were talking about
Bobby still got some residue of that monkey paw, man.
You're probably right.
He's slow all day, man. Everybody knew Kung Fu was talking about what Larry was talking about. Larry was talking about.
But what I said, well, why y'all can't, man? Y'all just stay in the
box. Yeah, offense wins games too, right?
Thank you. That's all I said. And especially in football, that works. You can win a game 0-0. You have a score 0-0, but you ain't in basketball. And if a mug can shoot, you can play all the defense you want. Let's talk about Golden State. You can get your butt shot out of the gym, But I don't know who. And Larry, so my point is, I'm making with Houston. They play good deep, but I don't know they're going to be able to score.
Yeah, I look at that too. I don't think they can score consistently.
Okay, Bobby, who's winning it all for the men?
I'm going with, for some reason, my gut tells me I wanna say Duke, because them big boys, I mean, they had 6'5" at point guard, 6'6" at two guard, 7 feet.
I just
But
want to know who you think will win. I don't want to know about
I need to talk this through, Earl, because I'm not convinced.
We got other things we got to talk about. I'm a moderator.
I know, but can you give me a moment to
I don't need to know about all the other players, Bobby.
You see what I'm saying, man? This is I think you need to take some Prozac.
Earl, I think he would have been there by now if we let him go ahead and walk down.
He wouldn't have. He's still been named some player that went to the map or somebody went to Gatesburg on the bench or something.
Springbrook.
Who do you think is going to win, Bobby? That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
Okay,
Earl.
I
will honor your wishes.
Man.
I think Hoover the Scuba.
But Larry, who do you think is going to win?
Florida, man, Florida.
Okay, Larry.
Duke probably going to win this.
Okay, all right.
But I'm not totally convinced, Larry, about on Florida. Duke is a tough team.
Florida, I like Florida, but they could have lost a couple of these games, and they was able to pull them out.
But they didn't.
But Duke looks like they 40 minutes every night.
Yeah. But so is Florida. They don't give up.
All right.
No, what I'm talking about, Duke is wire to wire,
But so is Florida. And they play good D.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like it's gonna be a great game. I don't have a winner because I just don't.
What a cop out.
But whatever. Anyway, let's move on over to the NBA. All right. Does anybody have anything else they want to say about the men's or the ladies' college basketball tournament before we move on?
No.
Okay. Duke also plays great defense. I don't know who's going to win it. I can tell you Duke will not win it. That's all I can say.
Don't put your money on it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put no money on it.
The NBA, who's the number one team? Why is Cleveland's record better than everybody else's, but everyone says Oklahoma is the best team? I'm lost. Can someone help me here?
No, that's not true. Oklahoma's record is the best record.
Is it?
Yes, they're 63-12. Cleveland is 60-15.
Another difference is Oklahoma plays in a tougher conference with the Western teams that are way better than the Eastern teams, and they still are blowing all of them away.
Is that your number one team, Bobby?
Yeah, right now, but for some reason, I think they're going to implode in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be able to carry it through the playoffs.
Is Oklahoma City your number one team right now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They take the ball both ends of the floor, and they work. They play so well together.
So, Bobby, will there be anybody besides the Celtics representing the Eastern Conference?
You know how I feel. You know how I feel. I've always told y'all about. Remember, I was the one on Cleveland before everybody started getting on the Cleveland bandwagon. Remember that?
So, are you telling me Cleveland's coming out of the East?
No, I'd probably be Boston.
Well, so why are you bringing up Cleveland? I'm just asking.
Because Cleveland is going to be up there. That's what I'm just saying. Cleveland is going to be up there too. I'm
only asking you. Will it be?
I'm just telling you. I know what you asking, but if you ask me, then accept my answer. I think Cleveland and Boston are going to be ones coming out there. Now, I'm not sure. If I have to pick one, I'll pick Boston. But I only pick Cleveland because Cleveland is number one right now in the Eastern Conference.
Hey,
Larry, 16-15.
I'm going to ask you a plain and simple question. Larry, is anybody besides Boston, will there be anybody else besides Boston representing the Eastern Conference in the finals?
Okay, so I want to be clear on your question. You're asking me who am I taking?
Is they going to be? Yes.
Okay, yeah, I would say Boston. But I kind of agree with what Bob said. It's another team out there that could, play with them. But smart money's on Boston right now.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay if Larry said.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying. I'm not trying to
I use
banter.
a different tactic.
Favoritism.
I answered
I'm
it first,
It's
then I
that
said what you
Northeast
said.
bull. It's that damn
no. It's not.
Northeast South Dakota Avenue stuff.
See, I answered it first, Bob, so he could
If I have a show and I tell people I would like for them to answer the question, either they're going to answer it or they're not. That's all. It doesn't matter whether you grew up in Northeast
I bet
or
Larry said,
you grew up in that soft neighborhood.
Larry came behind me and said what I said. You go, oh yeah, Larry, but Bob, oh man, you must be on the monkey paw. That's all. I'm just saying that's okay. I can take it because I know.
But like I said, Bob, I use a different tactic. I answered the question first, then I threw in the rest of the stuff.
That was two separate situations.
You could accuse me of not answering the question.
I told you, Larry, you should have been an attorney, man. I swear to God, you should have been.
All right. Enough about people's occupations. What's the story with the Lakers defense all of a sudden? They got hot. First couple of games when Luka came back. Now their defense is horrible. Do you have an explanation for it, Larry? Or they're just not that good? They just got hot a couple of weeks playing defense. They're really not good playing defense.
I think they're okay playing defense. I think that's an emphasis of the coach, but a lot will depends on matchups, and they're going to be challenged. They're going to be challenged against the best teams in the West. I think they'll do all right sometimes, but I don't think. I think LeBron has probably lost a step. Sure, he's 40 years old. Luka's never was that great a defensive player, and I'm not really sure who they have in the middle to stop people. So I think they focus on it. Their coach is a big focus for JJ Redick, but I think he probably gets the best out of them, but they're not that good, I guess.
Okay. All right. Is there any chance that the Lakers go to the finals, Robert?
Larry just summed it up. And I'll sum it up this way. Who the hell is on that damn team other than Luka? I don't even know the name of some of these dudes, some of these bums, man. I mean, I can't even name you some of the players that they got coming out. I'm like, where this guy come from? Vincent, this guy, Vanderbilt. They ain't good enough.
But does the fact that you haven't heard of them does that have anything to do about whether they can play or not?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I follow the game, okay? And I don't even know who the hell is on that team. Just like I can't name you 3 starters on the Wizards. Same damn thing. Who the hell is playing? And so let me just sum it up. Wrap it up real quick. Like Larry said, they're not good enough. And my point is they're not good enough because I don't know who the hell these players are. They just B-League players.
Okay.
They don't have enough. They're not good enough to like as a team. No.
All right. Okay. No problem. All right. So, Larry Amos, will the Phoenix Suns make it to the play-in, or are they just done? Going to rant out for a week.
They'll probably make it because Dallas is so banged up. I think one of those teams has to make that last spot. No, that's right. They're behind. They're behind. Yeah, I look for Dallas to drop out. Even though Dallas has a couple of game lead on them, I still look for Dallas to drop out, and they'll probably catch them.
Bobby, will Phoenix go to the playoffs?
Hell to the no. No. And if KD don't come back, if it takes him more than a week, I don't see it.
That's right. I forgot he's hurt.
I just don't like that team. I just don't like the way they play, and I don't think they know Earl. I don't think they make it.
Yeah, you're right. Like Bobby, I apologize. It seems like I'm showing favoritism to Larry. Because normally, when Larry just said, I forgot he was hurt, the first thing I told Larry when I asked him was,
yes, you said. That's what you said. You did.
Now, anybody else that did that, I would have just got. I just said, okay.
You let him go.
He just made an honest mistake. I apologize for showing favoritism. I've known him.
I know it's a Northeast thing.
I've known him over 55 years.
I know it's McDonald's on South Dakota.
Everybody has their favorites.
Yeah. I know it's a McDonald's on South Dakota Avenue.
I'm like,
yeah, I should have said I wasn't put that into my calculation. But I forgot I heard today they said he might be out for like 2 weeks and there's only 9 games left.
Only 9 games. That's all I'm saying. And look, they wasn't going to make it with him.
Okay, Bob. So you don't know any players on the Lakers team, but I do know you know about
worth mentioning. Let me put it like that.
Okay. Either way.
And I named some players,
I and I'm not going to lie to you, though I am the sports doctor, I really haven't been following Phoenix because I haven't been excited about them for the last 2 years. My question is, how come no one talks about Book anymore? Is he hurt or something? What happened to him? Have you heard his name? Have you heard his name the last 2 weeks?
Actually, Booker has been playing well.
Right.
What they really don't have is a bench. They had to trade a lot of people when they got Bradley Beal, and they have like no bench, and they're in salary cap hell. So Bill was a bad move that they made.
I haven't heard anything about Booker. They ain't had nothing on Sports Center. I ain't heard it. You ain't heard his name in 2 weeks.
He scores, but they still lose.
Booker's averaging 25 points.
Yeah, he scores, but they still lose.
Yes,
he and Durant score.
He can be average 50, Bobby. I just said I never heard him. That's all. I don't care how many points he has. So why are you telling me how many points he has?
Stats do tell somewhat of a story. I mean, you just can't ignore.
Okay, your short-term memory I don't know how good it is. The last week, is that any good? Have you heard Kevin Devin Booker's name the last week on Sports Center?
No.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. I don't care how many points he has, how good he is. All I said was I haven't heard his name. That's all.
Yeah, and that don't mean nothing. That's like leaves in the wind. Just because you haven't heard him don't mean that he ain't averaging 25 points.
That's also true.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not gonna laugh at you. I'm not gonna laugh at you.
Good.
Because that's what you want me to do. You want me to laugh. So
no,
that'll give you.
I want you to give me my due, man. Give me my credits. I research before I come on this show. You think I'm just shooting from the hip? I'm looking at stats. I'm giving you fact. Like the young people say, I got receipts.
But Larry Abels, if by chance the Oklahoma Thunder beat the Celtics in the finals, who would you go with?
I'm liking Oklahoma.
Bobby,
it'd be a hell of a series, but I'm liking Oklahoma.
Bobby, if Boston and Oklahoma played in the series, the finals, who would you pick?
Taking the Celtics because the East Coast is always a little bit more physical.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see what else we need to cover. The Knicks. What's up with the Knicks? What happens to them this year? They haven't beat any. They haven't beat any teams that are over them. They haven't beat nobody this year. The Celtics. They haven't beaten Cleveland. Maybe another
Oklahoma City.
Or Oklahoma City. So what's that telling me about? They're just not in their league this year. Is that what I should take from that?
Probably that might not be a bad statement, but they putting up some stats though. But I just think they I don't know, are they really one man short? Because I mean they got a nice average as a team. They're not playing bad score wise, man. I'm talking about 5 players in double figures. I mean that's not bad at all.
We got Brunson
16 points, but their problem they can't stop nobody. That's what I think their problem is.
Well, Mitchell's back. The Robinson guy's back. So why? All I kept hearing all year is, wait till the big man comes back. I told you that big stuff was nothing.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I think if a team wins over 50 games, they're pretty decent. I expect them to do that this year. They're like at 47, probably about 8 or 9 games left.
Right.
But the other 2 teams in their conference are just so much better than them.
Yeah. Okay.
But like I said, averaging 116 points, man. That ain't nothing to just bat your eye at, man. I mean, their problem is defense, I believe, and I just think they got.
So we're looking at Boston and LA from you guys. And who?
Boston and LA.
Not LA. I'm sorry. I like Cleveland to come out the East. I don't think Boston's coming out the East. So I'm betting on the big man. What's his name?
Allen
Mobley
Mobley.
or Allen.
I'm betting on Boston's big man to get hurt.
Oh, Porzingis.
Porzingis.
Yes. And
Well,
if
they won without him.
if Boston doesn't have Porzingis, I like Cleveland.
What if they have Porzingis?
I still like Cleveland.
Okay. He's a game changer.
And I've been telling Larry's making fun of me because I always talk about Holiday, and I can't really say anything about him because Larry says he studies, he makes big plays and all that. He does. I don't like him, but he's a good player.
And he's a true point guard.
But just like it's kind of funny that I've been hearing that the Celtics are going to trade him and Porzingis this year.
That's kind of crazy.
They can't keep all those players, man. Look how much money they're paying for those two forwards.
Right. Yeah.
But you know, I guess they think if they gotta let somebody go, Holloway's gonna be the one. That don't mean he's not. I don't mean he's overrated like I say he is. That doesn't mean he's a great player like Larry says. I'm just saying he's in the trade talks.
I think he could fit in with any team and bring something positive to the team.
Always.
Both ends of the court.
Without a doubt.
Okay, guys. Well, it was great having you all on the show today, Bob. I appreciate you for acting like you had some sense today.
Thank you very much for acting like you did too.
Yeah, it was a struggle, but it was a struggle. But Larry, thank you for coming on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, Bob. Before we go, guys, Bobby or Larry, have any of you guys heard of a lot of hot rumors about the Commanders signing Tyreek Hill? Trying to sign him.
I have not heard that.
Okay.
Sure enough, haven't heard that one.
Well, we got different sources. Okay. All right. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, guys, we're gonna. Thank you, Phyllis. We appreciate it.
Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, Phyllis Jones.
I actually had fun today. You know,
No
argument.
Phyllis Jones. I'm sorry.
We'll talk to you guys next week, and later on in the month, we're going to bring Bob back and talk a little bit more about his book. When I had an interview with Bob,
I appreciate it.
It was one of the best interviews I had.
Doing well.
But I didn't have the camera on.
Barnes and Noble, Amazon. Look it up. The other side of the hoop.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys, gentlemen. It was a great show. I will talk to you guys later. Hope everybody has a very blessed and productive day. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys.
Okay, that means